A lot of people, perhaps even you, start off listening to me, just playing along and telling yourself that hypnotic control is just a game, just a bit of harmless fun. And you'll play along. Why not? It's not like you'll start to want more. It's not like that want will turn into an aching need after just a while. It's not like you'll really become helpless, addicted even to that sensation of losing control. And even if that did happen, not that it would, of course, but imagine the possibility that it could. That if you stayed here now and listened to me talk, just kept listening with your mind wide open for me, and I started talking about how my control can work its way in and make you helpless to keep listening, do you think that could leave an impact? That idea would grow on your mind? Wondering what a loss of control even means, what helplessness means, and what could these things mean for you personally? What does it mean to lose yourself? To helplessly lose yourself? To helplessly lose yourself to someone else's control? What would happen when the nature of my hypnosis was no longer just harmless fun? Could that happen? And what would that imply? What would that feel like? That you could only seem to want more the longer you listened? What would it mean for you? A realization that it does feel so good to be under my control, to be helpless under my control, enjoying it more and more with every listen, starting to crave the pleasure of having your mind controlled, programmed, feeling it get so personal over time. Is that an idea that could grow on your mind? Well, otherwise you wouldn't still be here listening to me, would you? You are so good at listening. Very few people ever really listen, because instead of simply allowing themselves to receive sounds, the sound of my words, their busy little minds are far too focused on trying to understand the meaning behind those words, and so the sound is never fully heard. But you fully heard what I just said, didn't you? Or were you also too busy trying to answer my questions? Perhaps visualizing my words like helplessness, loss of control, programming, craving, pleasure. I know that's a lot to digest. Your mind needs to slow down. So let's take it easy, one step at a time, and take a nice, deep breath from me. Go on. I want you to focus on that breath. Allow your awareness to sink into your breath and to find the bottom of your breath. You're not trying to breathe in a certain way, just pay attention to your breathing. Allow your breath to come and go as it may while you continue looking at me. That's all you need to do. Your body will become still, and your mind will naturally at some point become still as well. In and out, naturally. And try to find the bottom of your breath. Don't force a deep breath, but just notice where the bottom of your breath lies. Observe its rhythm as it ebbs and flows. Each inhalation bringing clarity and awareness. Each exhalation carries away any doubts and fears. In and out, and in and out. Good. And notice how your body responds when you breathe like this for me. Sense how each muscle relaxes and responds to my voice. From the top of your head down through your shoulders and arms, down across your chest and your stomach, down your legs to the very tips of your toes. Your body's way of showing how beautifully you relax and surrender. Drifting deeper into this blissful state. In and out. And in and out. Just like that. Now, a few minutes ago, I suggested that you may sometimes wonder what helplessness even means and what it could mean for you. And I want you to, instead of burdening your poor little mind with thoughts, trying to answer my questions, just visualize it. What does helplessly losing yourself to a blissful trance, to a powerful hypnotist, look like? Imagine it. See yourself a symbol of helplessness. Images are, after all, one of the foundations of hypnotic experience. So tell me, what do you see? A very alluring image, isn't it? Such a good hypnotic subject you are, imagining how helpless you can be. And the more you try to keep that image in your mind, the more you picture it, the more you surrender to it. Your resistance helpless to stop it. And you might find that the more you try to focus on it, on that picture of helplessness, of yourself, helplessly losing to my hypnotic control, the deeper you drop. Your mind loses itself, the excitement, the pleasure of such an enticing image. The images that your own mind creates are making you more and more suggestible. They are intrinsically hypnotic, just like my voice and my words. And so you fall into trance naturally, and your mind just drops, sinks, and fades. Your thoughts leave. That image of helplessness is all you can see, hear, or think. And any other action or thought just makes your mind so tired, too sleepy to think, to act, or do. Your mind wants to drop. It is fading of all its energy to do anything at all. The only thing it can do is listen to my beautiful voice and surrender to it. The only thing it can do is see that image of helplessness and succumb to it. The only thing it can do is become as helpless as the image you are presenting it. And what happens when you become utterly helpless? What happens when you enter a submissive trance, where losing yourself to my control is the only thing your helpless mind knows? Can you even imagine how hard it would be to think anything other than my thoughts? Anything other than what I want you to think, what I allow you to think? Is that what a helpless trance would look like? Is that how you visualize it? Only able to feel what you are told to feel. Only able to know what you are told to know. Only able to absorb what your hypnotist chooses to feed your open, malleable mind. Now that would be a very intense form of control, don't you think? And yet your mind lets it all in because it feels good. And the longer you listen, the deeper you surrender, and the better it feels. And that is why you came here, isn't it? And so what you receive is what you desire. And you may notice that all the things you so desire are already happening to you. You are helpless. Losing control feels so good. Yes. Why don't you say that out loud for me, or in your mind? I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. And again, I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. You receive my words in a way that they are not only very real to you, but personal. So real that you can fully experience the loss of control in a way that is truly meaningful to you. The image taking you deeper. I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. Yes. The more you say it, the more real it becomes. Just open up, open wide. Allow your mind to wander, to drift and float, drifting and floating, floating and drifting, more and more comfortable, deeper, relaxed. And keep saying it out loud or in your mind. I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. Perfect. Know that it is safe to let yourself go like this with me. And you can indulge in it anytime you come to me. Come to listen to my voice and allow yourself to helplessly lose yourself to the bliss of a submissive trance. And before I awaken you, I want you to say it one more time and feel a sense of pride and accomplishment wash over you, filling you with warmth and perhaps even pleasure. Go on. I am helpless. Losing control feels so good. Good. One last time. Go on, you know the words. Now waking up slowly on the count of 5. 1. Begin to feel your awareness return to your body. 2. The outside world coming back into focus. 3. And with it, your conscious mind. 4. Wiggling your fingers and toes. And 5. Taking in a nice, deep breath. And welcome back.